Hello. My playlist is on shuffle and I've had a lot of songs I've needed to skip, but it finally played Luxembourg's Song Fighter and I'm very happy about it. I have basically just walked through the door. I did go to the bathroom, but it is 20 to 7 and I am invited out for supper at 7. So I did a little bit of shopping, not much, but a little. So I need to put those things away and then I need to get changed and I'm literally just gonna change my dress and everything else will stay the same. And because I'm literally going to the upstairs neighbour, luckily it's not a long walk or I don't even need to put on shoes. So it's gonna be all right. So I bought some eggs. I bought these gorgeous flowers. I think they're gorgeous anyway. I bought a bag of apples. I wasn't going to, but just felt like I need something healthy to snack on, and then I bought a bag of carrots. Now, admittedly, I went to a local Express, but I am beyond shocked at the price of everything. Like, I know inflation's been happening and I know that things are more expensive, and I also know that London is more expensive than where I lived when I was studying. And I also know that Sainsbury's, I think, is more expensive than Tesco, and we had a big Tesco, so, you know, that's what I was used to. Whereas here, the local one tends to be Sainsbury's, which was yesterday, although today I went to a Tesco Express. And I'm in shock of how expensive those 4 items were. Eggs have gone up so much, it's ridiculous, and I live off eggs, so that's really bad for me, and for many others, of course. But also fruit and vegetables, they used to be cheap, and I mean, they're still probably cheaper than a lot of other things, but they've definitely probably doubled in price, I would say. We're moving again. This is what happens when, when I am in a rush. I'm very proud of myself, sorry it's dark, for how I've done with the fridge, to be honest. Like, I feel like I'm eating a very decent amount. I really need to remember those flowers, I hope I do. I did make a long list while I was at work of things I want to do sort of over the next 24 hours or so. However, some of those things I was hoping to do before Shabbat came in, and technically we've still got a while until Shabbat. However, I'm just gonna get my dress, and I suppose switch on the lights. By the time we finish upstairs, it will be Shabbat, so it'll have to wait until like 10:30 tomorrow night. Which is fine, none of it is super urgent, but it's just a shame, because I was hoping for more time. But the reason why I'm home so late is mainly because I worked longer, and I'm getting paid for that, so I'm happy about that. Although part of the reason why is because the tube was just being ridiculous, so ridiculous. Can we do my thing again? Here we go. Did it work? Alright, I'm basically ready to go, so that's good. Although I do need to make sure everything is set for Shabbat, but that'll be fine. I've got a quarter of an hour. I'm exhausted. I'm really warm. It is so annoying outside. It is grey and cloudy and windy. It's really windy, and the jumper I have, this one, is meant to be a summer jumper, so it's got kind of like, when the wind blows, you do feel it, like it's got holes. It's a knitted jumper. So when it's really windy, it's not a very effective jumper. And today I brought that jacket again, and I don't think I wore it even for a moment. But it was windy and chilly, but equally I was so warm, like I feel so, ugh. It does not make sense. This is the ring I was wearing today, which is the ring I wore, I think 2 days ago. And I just went for a repeat because I could not be bothered with picking out a ring, and also because I know I've now only got rings left that I don't really want to wear. I do like this one. I really do like this one. Anyway, I'm gonna go set everything up for Shabbat and try to cool down for the next 10 minutes and remember the flowers, and then I'm gonna head upstairs. So I will probably see you tomorrow night. Bye. Hello. Good evening. I have done very little of my long list of things to do, but none of it was high priority, so it's all right. And I've still had a productive day, and I feel, I mean, to be fair, I did waste a little bit of the day. I slept in till quite late, but I feel like I'm allowed that once. I actually closed the blinds last night, which I never do, but I just thought I'm gonna treat myself. And what's mad is that because of the way summer is in the UK, I've been waking up at 5 in the morning, obviously going back to bed, but waking up, and not just does it look light out, it looks as light as, you know, what you'd expect 10 o'clock in the morning to look like. Like, it's not even sunrise, it's properly bright. But I don't mind waking up then and then going back to sleep and waking up again, that's fine. Which is why I've opened it again now. I have been umming and ahhing all week about something tomorrow morning, and I finally bitten the bullet. I actually need to pay for it, which I need to do that now. But basically, one of my friends has been trying to use this half term, because they teach at a school, so they have the half term off as well. And they've been trying to use this week to do more dance classes. They're a dancer anyway, but they haven't done dancing for a while, so they wanted to do it. And I messaged and said, look, I'm very busy this week, but I'd be happy to join a class or two if you want company. And they said yes, and sent me a list of the timetables, and there were quite a few where I thought that is too high for my standard because they are a better dancer than me. There were some that just didn't suit with the time. There were one or two that I thought I'd love to do this, but I couldn't do it. And there was one of those that they then posted a video of them doing the dance to, and it was a Eurovision song, so I was even more gutted. So in the end, the only one I really felt was appropriate for me and worked with my timetable would be this one tomorrow morning, before work. And the reason I've been umming and ahhing is because it's before work. I just don't know how I feel about dancing and getting sweaty and then having to spend, 5 or 6 hours at work. But because I'm working an evening shift tomorrow, I can't go to gymnastics. So I felt like this has to be my reason to do it. I need to do some exercise. I also haven't danced in ages and I miss it. I was just watching back a video or two of me, and actually yesterday at work I was also looking at some videos of me dancing when I was in drama school, and I really miss it. I miss learning choreography and doing it and seeing how I improve as the weeks go on. And I'm gonna be rubbish. I've watched this dance teacher's Instagram and seen videos of what they do, and even though it says it's for all levels, I can tell the standard is high. But I've gotta do it. I think it's a musical theatre jazz class. Like, if there's gonna be any style of dance I can handle, it should be that, in theory. In fact, let's see if they've posted anything about what song it's going to be to. It's at Bass Studios, which I've never been to before, and the teacher, I believe, is Lucy something. Lucy Jane Adcock. No, they're just posting about... Oh! Oh, I got excited. I thought it was the Little Big Things, because if you look at this, hold on. When you see that, those are the colours and everything of Little Big Things. What song is this? Let's hear it. Okay, so I don't know it at all, which is a shame. It would have been more fun if it had been a song I know. I might listen to it tonight just to get it in my head. And I need to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it and hope that there's still space available. But that is the plan. So that's at 11:30, and I don't know how long it will take me to get there. I reckon probably about an hour, or at least that's what I'm going to allow. So, and I don't know if I'm planning on meeting my friend beforehand or just... there, so I need to find out what's happening. But I'm nervous and excited and but I just need to do it. I just need to do it. And I will love it, even if I'll struggle and even if I'm not going to be great at it and whatever. I know it's going to feel good to learn and to dance and to move and everything. And to be with my friend, obviously. On a totally separate note, I've got a question for my 3 viewers, because I have been having a conversation this evening with, or not this evening, the last half hour, with my friend, and it's something I didn't realise wasn't a more common thing, but now I'm wondering if that's because of me or because of them. So the question is, have you heard of the expression, I'll shout you something, a drink or whatever? If you have or if you haven't, please let me know, and let me know where you're from as well, because I am so curious to find out. I'm just curious to find out more about this expression. But anyway, I'm going to prepare... Actually, I've already prepared my clothes for tomorrow, but I'm going to make a list of what I need to bring because I'm going to go straight from the dancing to my work. So I'm going to need lots of food, and I just want to be prepared for tomorrow. And then Monday, I'm working during the day, and then I'm home in the evening, and then my grandma comes home really late at night. So when I get home on Monday, I want to make sure that everything's as it needs to be. So I'll have to put on the dishwasher, and I'll have to throw out the recycling, and I'll probably have to throw out the bin as well, but I can do that Monday morning. Hopefully I'll be able to put away the laundry that's currently being washed. And tomorrow I need to water the flowers because I did do it yesterday, but I haven't, every other day, basically. Also, I've been holding off, but I finally gave in to opening my top. I've only got 1 bag, and I got it when we were in Spain. And originally they'd bought one accidentally that had gelatin in it, but luckily someone had a bag that was vegan, so I was like, can I have that one and I'll swap you? And luckily that worked out. So I've been quite good so far. It's only been 1 day, but still. I think those are all the updates. And I will see you either in the morning or in the evening tomorrow with updates about how things went. And I need to book the ticket now. Bye. Hello. I've just started listening to the song for today, And the start of it really reminds me of another song, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna play it for you. It's definitely a music. Oh, it's 3090, I think. It's definitely something from Tick Tick Boom. Anyway, that's all. Hello, I have had a very chill morning. Again, this morning I woke up at 5, well, as you expect from the light, but again, it just looks like it's so much later, and I thought I'd overslept actually. But then it was 5, so I went back to bed, and then I woke up again at 7, and I panicked for a moment. I thought, do I need to get up? And then I thought, no, I don't, so I went back to bed, and then eventually I woke up. I still ended up waking up, I think, at 8:30, which was about an hour earlier than I'd set the alarm, but I didn't mind. I have had a chill morning. So I'm gonna head out soon, and I am nervous and excited, but listening to the song I feel has calmed me down a little bit, because I can't imagine it being quite as fast-paced as I was fearing. Because the beat of the song is a little bit slower, not much, but a little bit slower than what I was fearing. But I just have no idea what to expect. I mean, I was watching, she posted a video of the choreography from Wednesday, because she does a Wednesday class as well, and there was a double pirouette in there. I've not done a double pirouette in years. And I'm gonna wear my trainers. I've brought my trainers, and I asked my friend what they were bringing, and they said heels as well, just in case. I've brought my heels, one of my pairs of heels. And I'm gonna bring my wrist protector, whatever you want to call it, just because it's still not, it's getting better, but it's still not 100%, and I'd rather keep it safe. I don't want to make it worse, basically. I am really excited. I'm really happy to be doing it, and I'm looking forward to dancing. But I'm nervous. It's a gorgeous day out though, really sunny and blue and everything, and oh, it just looks so good. I've got this tree in front of me. Let me show you. Like, look at the way the sun hits that tree. Isn't that just beautiful? I didn't give it time to go in focus, but you get the idea. Makes me very happy. My hair is a little bit messy, but I think on the whole it's okay. I've had to put some water in it because it was just really annoying me. But we should be all right, hopefully. And it is now 8 past, and I'm planning on leaving at 15:15, and the class is supposed to finish at 1, and I start work at 3, so I've got 2 hours in theory. And I've had a look at the different options, and there's a few different ways for me to get from there to work, and one of them is to take 2 buses, and I think I'm going to do that, even though it's slightly longer. It's not that much longer though, it's only 10 minutes longer, which feels quite reasonable. It's cheaper, and it means I can try and talk to my parents while I'm on the bus, which I wouldn't really be able to do on the tube. So that is the plan. And I like sitting on a bus. I enjoy it. So I'm wearing this dress with the leopard print, and I've got my zip-up hoodie type thing with me, although not sure if I'm gonna need it. And I'm gonna wear my trainers for the first time in yonks since the ship, probably. Actually, I may have worn them the first time I went to gymnastics and then realised it was a mistake. No jewellery today, not even any rings or anything, because obviously I'm going to be dancing and I would have to take my jewellery off and out anyway, so I just figured, not today. And then tomorrow I'm back at my other job, which I don't usually do on a Monday, and I have no idea what I'm going to wear for it, but that's a tomorrow problem. Right, I'm gonna go. I'll see you at some point later, who knows when. Oh, and my mum messaged me to say that they're going to the school thing today that I've been whining about the last few weeks. This performance where they're getting all the students from past years to perform, and that I'm gutted I'm not really a part of, even though I am a little bit, which I'm grateful for. So I look forward to hearing about it from them, but I also know there's going to be a lot of sadness and jealousy coming out of me just because of that. Not even coming out of me, just in me. I miss it. Anyway. Bye. Evening. It is, I think, about 9:30, and I've just put on some soup from the freezer. It's a butternut squash soup, and I didn't end up eating my proper lunch today, which was just some bread, so I've kept it and I'm gonna have it as challah. I'm gonna warm it up and have it with my soup. I've not looked at myself at all today. I don't know how much of a mess I am, but it's all right. I went to a dance class in the morning, and it was a musical theatre jazz class, supposedly for all levels. It was not for all levels. It was just, I would say it was just a bit too hard for me, but in a good way, and in a way that I want to keep going back to this specific class, because I feel like I was challenged, but I was able to keep up enough. I mean, I was probably still the worst in the class, but I didn't fall so obviously behind, I think. But I have to say the warm-up, we did about 4 different warm-up tracks, and the very first one already I was dying. And it's just a reminder to me that I have not danced in a very long time. But as I say, I absolutely want to go back, and I don't have any Sundays free in June, because next Sunday I've got a really awkward shift. It's 12 to 6, which in theory is a nice shift actually. Like, you'd think it would be quite a nice, you get a line and you get to go home early enough. But it means I can't do a class in the morning, and it means I won't make it back in time for gymnastics, so that's kind of a shame. The week after that, I've got something on, and then the weeks after that, my mum's here, I think. Unless I've missed something in between. So that's all rather exciting stuff to have on, but it does mean I can't make it to this specific class, which is a shame. I genuinely so thoroughly enjoyed it, but I could not catch my breath for the entire hour and a half the class went on. I'm really glad I went with my friend as well. It was A, nice to see her, but B, nice to do the class with her. And I think we were 2 of the few who hadn't done a class with this woman before, because everyone else seemed to know the warm-up, whereas we were both just kind of flailing around. But we made it, and then from there I had quite a long bus journey to work, and I spent that entire time talking to my parents, which was so lovely. And oh my goodness, I was so sweaty. But it has been a gorgeous day today, really perfect weather, so that was nice. But yeah, it was so lovely to speak to my parents. I haven't spoken to them, I think, all week. So I could tell them a bit about what I was up to, and they could tell me about what they were up to, but most importantly, they could tell me about the show they went to see tonight, which was the school theatre thing that I've been talking non-stop about. And I mean, they both said, one of the first things they both said was that they could tell I was missed. Not in the sense of like from anyone specific, but that it would have been the kind of thing I would have just totally been a part of and totally thrived in. But they did really enjoy it, so that's nice. I'm happy for them. And it was just nice to catch up. It was just really nice to catch up. And then I worked, and oh my goodness, I've had some boring shifts at work, but this one really took the cake. There was nothing on. And I started at 3, and my colleague was there until 6. And then I was on my own for the last 3 hours. And in my entire 6-hour shift, I answered 1 email and 1 phone call. And I think for the rest of the time I was either doing quizzes or scrolling through Instagram and listening a little bit to my audiobook. Like, that is how dead it was. But it's okay, I get paid, so that is the most important thing to me. Just feels like a waste though. I'm like, I'd rather work less hours and you save that money and use it to give us higher wages, but whatever, it's fine. I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you, but I have no idea what. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna have this soup, and if I'm still hungry after, I might fry up. There's 1 vegetarian schnitzel left, so I might have that. And then I'm definitely gonna have some more of the lemon meringue ice cream. Oh yeah, also my mom was telling me that she watched my 45-minute long video, which I uploaded whenever it was, yesterday or so, or Thursday, I don't know. I know she sometimes watches my videos. I know sometimes, but a 45-minute long video, really? Why? Why? But she said it inspired her to make celery soup, so I had to laugh at that. And I've also just remembered I want to share with you the results from if people know the expression, I'll shout you a drink. So I had 9 people say they did know it and they were Australian. 1 person say they didn't know it and they were Australian. 5 people say they did know it but they weren't Australian. And 25 people saying they didn't know it and they weren't Australian. Which makes me think that it's probably more of an Australianism than anything else. Which is mad because it means I used an Australianism, which I never do. But that's all. I am going to hopefully have a lovely evening and then tomorrow back to work at my other job. I feel it in my body. I feel every part. Oh my goodness, I was sitting all day because that's my job. That's not my job, although today that was anyway. And I could feel it in my back, but not just can I feel it in my back, I can feel it in my legs, I can feel it in my arms. My wrist is still sore. I've only just taken off the band because I wanted to cook and wash up without it getting wet. And I'm sure, oh, my shoulders, everything, but I'm sure I'm gonna feel it even more tomorrow. So that's great fun. And it's really got me in the mood. Like, I've totally got the bug now of wanting to do dance classes every day, basically, but it's so expensive. It's not crazy expensive, but it would be if I did it every day. But I have eyed one, I can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, that's at Pineapple, and I've been to Pineapple before. I might do it, but it is a little bit more expensive than the one today, and I don't really know if I'll go on my own, but maybe I'll ask friends if anyone's available and wants to join me. So we'll see, because I do have Tuesday totally off, which is lovely. Oh, this soup smells good. I'm looking forward to it. Right, I'll see you later. Bye. Good morning. I have had a really bad night's sleep, actually. Not terrible, I've had worse, but more in the sense of I woke up at 5 again, and then I woke up at 7, and both times I just felt really like I hadn't rested properly. Like, there are some nights, even, you know, sometimes when I wake up at 5 in the morning, but I still feel like I've had a good night's sleep, I feel well rested, and that I could in theory get up then. But this morning, I was not feeling it. I was even feeling a bit unwell and shaky. I think it's because it's quite warm and I didn't have my window open last night. But I was a bit worried for myself when I woke up. I was like, oh, am I going to be able to go to work today? But I'm still not feeling great, but I do think it's the heat. I think if I go outside and get some fresh air, hopefully that'll help. I've put on a very summery dress with my black leggings and these earrings, and I put this ring on. I was gonna try a new ring, but I've only got one silver ring left, and it's so big and bulky, and I know I'm not gonna like it. So I think I'm just gonna have to save it for a day when I'm at home. And actually tomorrow I'm at home all day, so maybe that's the one. So I went back to, I think this is the first one I wore, the one with circles. And my hair actually didn't look so bad when I woke up, but I couldn't get it to look neat out of my face, so I had to brush it, which now makes it look a bit messier, but I've just got it out of my face at least, so that's all right. I am incredibly sore. My neck especially. I mean, every part of me that was aching yesterday is still aching, but yesterday my neck wasn't, and this morning it really is, so any movement, it's not, you know, impossible, but it does hurt. It's uncomfortable, shall we say. Now, when I get to work, when I get a free moment or two, I'm gonna write out a list of everything I need to do tonight, because there's quite a lot I want to get done. And my grandma wrote me a message to say she's gonna be home around 2 in the morning, sort of tonight, I suppose. So I would like to get it all done, obviously, before then. But then, as I said, I do have tomorrow and Wednesday off. Wednesday, I've now got 2 things. I've got the dentist appointment, which I can't wait for, and I've got a call with a director, which is exciting. But generally, it should be pretty chill, which is nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go and have a good day at work, hopefully, and I will see you all later. Bye! Hello there. Guess who totally completely forgot that they were working this evening at the other job because they signed up to cover for someone and they were going straight from one job to the next. Me! Thank goodness. I know I've mentioned it before that I've moved onto my phone, but thank goodness I've moved most of my diary stuff onto my phone, because your phone sends you reminders. And I was actually thinking this morning, every morning I get a reminder for work, as in the job that I do usually every Thursday and Friday, and so I get a reminder at, I think it's 8, that at 9 it starts. And every morning I'm like, oh, so like I don't need this reminder, I should switch it off. And I'm so glad I didn't switch it off, and that I didn't switch it off for the other job, because I was sort of ready to pack up work of my one job, and suddenly my phone buzzed to let me know that I was working this other job. And I was so sad for multiple reasons. Number one, obviously I have a huge list of things that I want to try and get done this evening, and I was hoping to get them done, you know, and have the whole evening. I mean, none of it will take very long, but it would have been nice to get home at, say, 6 and get it done. And one of those things was to sing a bit, but now I feel like it's too late to sing. It's 8:30. And maybe it's not too late, but I'm conscious of the people in the block, and I don't know, we'll see. So I've got to do all this. And then the second main reason why I was really, really, really gutted to see that is that our grades for our final university module have been released. Not our overall grades for the course yet, that is next week, but my module grades. And if I've done well on this, or reasonably well, then I don't need to stress about my overall marks, because I know that consistently I've done fairly well. Module 2 wasn't as great, but fairly. Whereas if this one is like Module 2, or even less, then I guess I start panicking or something. I don't know. Well, there's no point in panicking, there's nothing I can do about it. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab my laptop and we're gonna film that, because I want to film my reaction. And whilst I'm logging into my computer, I want to tell you as well that I have, as I say, a long list of things to do. And for some of them I was going to wait until after supper, but actually I want to do it while it's still light, because a couple of them are outdoorsy things, and well, I've got my shoes on and I'm dressed before I get into pyjamas, so I think they'll be the first things I do, and then I'll look at food. And I'm definitely having a vegetarian schnitzel tonight. There is one left and I've been thinking about it all day, so we're gonna go for it. Right, here we go. How do I get in? I'm nervous. Right, I always forget. Oh! That's pretty good. I always forget the way the grading system works, and so I panicked, but actually I think it's pretty good. I actually think it might be the exact same as Module 1. But before I look at the comments, I also want to see my mark for the second module. Oh, okay, interesting. Both pretty good. Not top, but pretty good enough that I'm not worried, which is nice. And it's done. That's it. Well, I suppose I still need to get my final mark, but I have a pretty good idea of what it's going to be. So I am going... Ooh, I just read something that sounded good. The data by far exceeds the average amount of data in such projects. I presume that's a good thing. Oh yeah, it says, well done on the survey, this is impressive. So that is good. Right, I'm going to read all my feedback now and just take it in, and then I'm going to do all the stuff I need to do, and I will talk to you at some point. Bye! Hello, sorry about the slightly wonky angle, you're balanced very precariously. I just wanted to tell you quickly, I have done almost everything on my list, with the exception of two things. Number one, put away my laundry, which I'm gonna do now, whilst I watch some more Punisher, because that's what we're on now. And number two is putting away the clean dishes from the dishwasher, but I've only just put the dishwasher on, so I'll do that later. But for the rest, I'm all done. Also, I did wear the earrings today, I don't know if I showed those. I ended up taking my ring off almost immediately because I was like, this doesn't bring me joy, so why am I gonna do it? Like, I know I'm trying to wear all my rings, but there's no point in wearing something that is just gonna make me frustrated, so I left it. Anyway, that's all. I'm gonna keep folding my laundry, and I will see you all later, probably. Bye! Also, I love this dress so much, and someone said I looked like a 15-year-old, and I was like, thanks, I reckon it's the dress. Anyway, that's all. Bye. Hello, it is 12:30 on Tuesday morning, so to speak. It looks as though my grandma has landed, but I've not heard anything from her yet. But I am gonna go to sleep. We've just watched 3 episodes of whatever we're watching, Punisher, and I'm still feeling awake, but I just think it's better for me to go to sleep now. I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish, but in trying to accomplish everything, I may or may not have smashed a glass, so I had to clean it up. And I really hope, I was trying to be very thorough, but I hope I've been thorough enough to the point where if my grandma gets to the kitchen before me, she doesn't hurt herself. But I think I've managed it, I hope. I've not really got any plans for tomorrow at all. I might go to the theatre in the evening if someone's giving away or selling a cheap ticket. And I was considering a dance class, but I found another one that's slightly cheaper on another day, so I might go on that other day instead. But I think this is where I'm gonna round off this vlog. I think it's been quite long. I've probably split it knowing myself, but I'm still gonna call this the end of whatever vlog you're watching. My parents also called, I don't think I mentioned this, while we were watching, they called both of them together, which was so lovely because usually in the morning their time, you know, they're both running around. So it was nice to just say hi and, you know, they said congratulations. Something I hadn't mentioned on here is that the feedback, the actual written feedback about my essay was so lovely and positive and kind, and really, that really got me. It made me very proud of myself. And I was saying to my parents how when I was in school, I always did fairly well, but especially in any English-based subjects, especially English actually, because a lot of the rest was just memorizing, but in English, you know, you have to actually be able to write. I always felt like a bit of an imposter because I would do well, but I didn't feel like I had a good grasp or knowledge or understanding of the language and the way to use it. And I still do feel that way, but it's nice to have confirmation that even X amount of years out of school, I can still do well enough, even at a university level, in an English sort of based essay. So that does feel good to me to be able to know that I've still got it in me and that it's a little bit justified. You know, I don't need to feel like as much of an imposter. Anyway. But yes, this is where I will end the vlog. So as always, there are links in the description of things for you to check out, and I'll be back very soon, I'm sure, with another vlog. I don't really know what the next one's going to entail. I'm sure there'll be my dentist visit. There will probably be a dance class, and who knows what else. But stick around to find out, and there's also always other videos going up, whether it's my monthly favourites / reviews, or recaps, or other Eurovision-y thoughts. That is a massive mosquito, jeez. Is it a mosquito? I presume it is. Ah, don't bite me. Oh, can you see that? Oh, no, don't go into my armpit. That's really not a good place for you. Right, I hope I don't get stung. I will see you all soon. Bye!